dancing.
Hey, hey. Yes. Hi, guys. Hello,
Good
hello.
evening.
Tuesday. Of course, it is Daria and Takija from, of course, New York and Florida. And we have our wonderful, wonderful guest on, Diane Hochman, which we will introduce in just a minute. But, guys, we wanted to say hello and welcome to Online Success Made Simple. If you guys are watching live, please go ahead and hit hashtag live and let us know where you're tuning in from. If you guys are watching at a later date, hit hashtag replay. Also, let us know where you're tuning in from. We love to know where you guys are tuning in from. We love it, guys. And if you're watching right now and you want your name to pop up under the bottom, go ahead right above us. You're going to see a little link that says StreamYard.com/Facebook. You click that link and it's going to give StreamYard and Facebook permission to show your name whenever you make a comment. Boom.
Right. All
How
right.
simple.
Yes, yes,
So
yes,
welcome.
yes. So I want to say hello to those of you that are watching on Facebook and our group. Hello to those of you that are watching from our fan page, and hello to all of you that are watching from YouTube. All right, got it all out.
Absolutely.
All right. So, guys, I am super, super excited. We are super, super excited. We have our mentor and good friend. Hey, Valerie, what's going on, girl? All right, there we go. Our good friend Diane Hochman. Oh my God, we've known each other for quite some time. I think we met back in 2010.
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, a serious throwback. And she has poured into myself, into my husband, into Takesha with her programs, her experience, her story. I know you're gonna love her story. She's super amazing. You're gonna love the fact that she's super simple, guys. You know, it's not about having all this technology. Is just doing it simple, being a person. But she's going to tell you all of that, guys.
Yes.
But yeah, she has two children. um we don't live far from each other, so I got a chance to hang out with her in Connecticut, especially at one of her favorite spots that
Mhm.
she likes to hang out at, and got to eat and just chat it up. And I've been to her home a few times. So yeah, it's just been an amazing journey, guys. And we're just excited to have her with us so that she can share. I wanted to share, we always bring you the best,
Yes.
guys. And we wanted to share her with our community because you guys are going to learn so much from her. So, without further ado, we're going to get started with the first question. What's going on, Stephanie? Yes, now everyone is popping on.
Yes.
This is
Yay.
great. Good to see you. So, we got North Carolina in the house, we have Florida in the house, New York in the house. Woo woo. Got Connecticut in the house. Well, I should say New Orleans in the house by way of Connecticut in the
Yeah.
Boom. Boom.
and then we have Florida. So, you got a nice mixture here, y'all.
Yes.
So yeah, we're gonna get started, get this party started. So I'm gonna start with the first question. And my question to you, Diane, is, I know that you have your children, you worked as a professor, a teacher.
Mhm.
What made you transition into this online world? Like, what would make you do that?
Well, what's interesting is I technically didn't transition. What happened was I was working in education and I
Mhm.
was pregnant with my second daughter and I wanted to be home with my kids. So I left my job. And then what happened was I forgot they weren't paying me anymore. And I kept spending the money that I was making. And you were a teacher, so it wasn't a lot, but it wasn't bad. It was pretty
Right,
good.
right,
And I
right.
just kept and in the meantime we had bought a house and I was just like fixing up the house and doing different things, and all of a sudden I realized I had run up quite a bit of credit card debt. And
Mm,
so I didn't transition. It was kind of like I was home and then I actually bought some products from somebody. and they brought me to a meeting. And that's when I saw the potential of having a home business. And
Mhm.
this was pre-internet. Everything was still dial-up back then. So I was
Mhm.
really there at the very beginning of the internet. I originally learned old school, like offline. Everything was completely offline. And then I don't know why, but I saw the opportunity online and I ran towards it. I got a lot of grief, by the way, for adopting those ideas and using the internet back in the beginning. Mhm.
I
Wow.
believe it.
Were you around when MySpace was around?
Oh yeah, that's where I started. And then I
Yeah.
was the rabble rouser that when Facebook went open to the public, not just college students, I went to Facebook. And everybody was like, why would you go there when on MySpace you can make your profile like purple and sparkly and you could add videos and you could do all kinds of things on there. But I understood that Facebook understood human psychology much better than MySpace. So
Ah.
even though when Facebook started, it was only blue and white, there was
Mhm.
no pictures, no images, no sound, no video, but it
Wow.
had a viral aspect to it that I understood was going to be powerful. And that's how I
Mm.
really got going with social media.
So that really helped once you because you were on MySpace, you were already in the social media
My
realm, if you
brain.
will, and
Hmm.
then you just transitioned over to Facebook and then just blew up from there.
Wow.
2007 was the year where everything, like, there's Twitter's in the news a lot right now because of
Yeah.
Elon Musk and stuff. Twitter came out then, Facebook went public then. So it was an explosion. And I
Wow.
was truly a pioneer. I mean, there was a time where I owned 8 out of 10 listings on Google for the term social media before
Yeah.
anybody knew what it was. Legit, legit. And I didn't know what I was doing. It's just that I was talking so much about it that
Mhm.
I ended up getting listed like that. And then, of course, now it's all competitive to get those keywords. But
Right.
I was
Right.
very, very, very visible at the time, talking into home business owners, talking to them about the future and what was coming.
Yes.
And I have to say, ladies, I was right.
You were right. Look, that's right.
Absolutely.
It
Absolutely.
happened just like I said it would. So,
Yes, the future is now.
Wow. So when you were building your network marketing company at the time, would
mhm.
you say that your business partners slash customers that they come mostly from online or offline?
Well, originally everything was offline because people weren't on, there was no high speed internet. So people weren't going, it was you've got mail, like old school.
Mm.
So everything I learned offline. And I got to say that was the blessing because I learned the classical fundamental skills.
Yeah.
And then I started little by little to use online tools like autoresponders and email. And I started to integrate different things to get leverage. I also used a lot of mail, like snail mail back in the day, postcards and things.
Yeah.
And then
Mm.
little by little, I was able to pick up my whole customer base online.
Wow.
But so I was literally straddling the two worlds because
Oh
my
yeah.
whole company was doing wear a button and talk to people. And
Mhm.
I was over here doing things like building an email list. And
Yeah.
I had a capture page, which was unheard of back then. So I was straddling both worlds, but I used the old world, whatever, the original offline sensibility, and I just applied it to online tools. I didn't become an internet marketer. I
Mhm.
became an online networker.
Nice.
Very
Yeah.
different,
I love that.
right? I'm an
Wow.
online networker. I'm not an internet marketer. I don't know hits, clicks, analytics. I don't know about any of that stuff. I
Yes.
just know how to gather a bunch of people and make a presentation and see who wants to sign up.
Wow.
Yes.
That's it. Being a
Isn't that what we did then? We had an opportunity meeting. We gather a bunch of people, we make a presentation, we'd see who wants to sign up.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
that's all I did online.
Wow. Simple, right? Simple guys, right?
Always in Bermuda. I like
Yeah.
Bermuda. I'm looking at
Oh
the
Oh
yeah.
yeah, Shelly.
Yeah.
Hey
Shelly's from
Shelly.
Bermuda. Yeah, that's our Bermuda
Yes.
buddy.
I might be down there this summer, Shelly. Come meet me.
Oh.
Oh
Love
yes,
Bermuda.
yes.
Yes.
You would enjoy that meeting, girl, for sure.
Yeah. So make sure you take her up on that offer, Shelly.
Oh
All you
yeah.
gotta do is ride down to the port, pick me up, take me for a ride over to Horseshoe Bay. We can sit
She's
and have
like,
a drink
okay.
and
She
talk
said,
about it.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. She said
I know
hi.
exactly
Okay.
where I want to
I'm
go.
ready.
Yeah.
Shelly is cool. Shelly is
Love
ready.
Horseshoe Bay.
Okay, right? Little pink stand.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Willie
Cool,
and I,
Shelly.
we enjoyed that. So, me and Willie might come and join you guys. She said she would
Oh yeah,
love to host you.
There
She
we go.
said
We can
we
stay for like 3 days when we're there, so we could even do a meeting or something. Have fun. Be good
right.
time.
absolutely.
Oh, now that would
Yes.
be amazing, right? That would be amazing.
As I
Wow.
invite myself
Absolutely.
over, I always invite myself over. That's why I'm like, where are you? Where are you in Florida? I might be down.
Yeah, right. I do that too. I'm like, yeah, I'm coming to visit.
Yeah, I'm looking for people in South Dakota right now. Anybody know anyone in South Dakota? I got to go up there. So,
Right.
We'll
Uh,
put it out there.
yeah, we'll put it out there. We'll put a,
called networking
nice little message out there, and
Boom.
you know, boom. So wow, I really like the term
online
networker,
Online
online
networker.
networker, because I know that was one of the things I learned from you, that you must go out there and make friends. You
networking.
must network. So
Yeah.
can you talk about that a little bit,
hmm
about how you go about making friends?
hmm I don't even look at it as not to reverse what you're saying, but I don't look at it as making friends. I
Mhm.
look at it as networking. I
Mhm.
want to meet at least 10 people a day that are in the space, whatever space I'm
Right.
marketing into. I market to home business owners. I want to meet at least 10 people, not sell them, not get Facebook friends, although if that happens, that's awesome. Not try
Mhm.
to convince them of anything, not prospecting. I'm trying to meet as many people as possible because over time, like Daria, like you said, we met so many moons ago. I mean, think about how long ago we met. And we've
Right.
done different things together. We've run parallel. You've gone in one direction, I've gone in another, but we come
Yeah.
back together because that's what networking is. It's colleagues and having that relationship. And you
Right.
never know who you're meeting. Um,
Yes.
and I have a million stories of having met people. Like right now, I am literally in Louisiana visiting the home of a friend who saw me speak at an event before she was successful in the industry. Now she's one of the top earning women in the whole industry, outperformed me. But
Yeah.
she met me at an event, and somebody might have gone, she's nobody. I've been on people's stages. They were young kids when I met them, and they ended up becoming very powerful and very successful. You don't
Right.
know who you're meeting, and
Oh yeah.
everybody's focused on just recruiting everybody. I don't think that way. I think about meeting lots of people so that over time, because if you're going to hang around, guys, and I recommend you do, over time, business comes from all of these different people. So I'm always out meeting people every single day, everywhere I go, but particularly people in the home business space.
Yes.
Wow. You can't get
Sorry,
any
guys.
better than that.
Now I was going to say, it
I'm
really is hot down there, isn't it?
I'm telling you, I was not playing. I get too hot, I start coughing.
You
It's a
need a
mess.
nice
So
cabana boy to fan
yeah,
you.
I'm like, I'm just cooling down a little bit.
Right. I mean, I wish I could send you some cool air over
I
there,
know.
girl.
I'm like, I got everything on me right now. Everything blowing. I'm still hot. But
Well, you are hot, honey. You are
I thank you, darling.
very
Thank
good.
Hey, it's nothing
Oh
wrong with being
my
hot.
God.
you. There
So
we go.
yeah. Wow. All right, T. So take it from here.
Absolutely. So Diane, we've been online a long time. Like you said, MySpace days. Um, definitely we've been around the water hole. So
Yeah.
let us know when you first started. What were some of the challenges that you had? What were some of the challenges you came across?
Oh gosh, there's all different. Let me pick. There's so many.
Yes, yes.
At the very beginning, part of the challenge was that people were new to all of this.
Mm-hmm.
So I was doing things that I didn't think they were so unusual, but back like nowadays, nobody says, "Do you have training on how to use Facebook?" Because everybody uses Facebook. It's been that many years. But back then, everybody wanted to get trained, and I'm like, you don't really need to get trained. You just say hi to people. You don't really need a lot of training. That would be like, can you train me how to walk around my neighborhood and wave at
Yes.
neighbors? Like
It's like,
everybody, it was difficult. But a lot of people, it was foreign to. Yeah, exactly, exactly. A lot of people, it was foreign to them. A lot of people didn't have good internet, because not everybody had it then. Now it's pretty normal, but back then it wasn't. Um, I think too, I didn't really experience it as much, but a lot of people that were working on the internet, they were very, like, they treated people like they were disposable. It was just plow, plow,
Mm,
plow through people, plow, plow, plow through people. And of course,
right.
I came from build relationships, teamwork, etc. So sometimes the people I was working with, a lot of them were younger than me and didn't have that background. I'd be like, dudes, don't do it that way. It's gonna implode. And of course,
Yeah.
time taught. So, um, the other thing is too, I mean, I was bringing up two kids, so I was learning to work around their schedules, around, the whole reason I was home is because I wanted to be with them. A lot of people come home and then they kind of neglect their kids, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, not mean
Right.
or maliciously, but
Right.
you
Yeah.
work all night,
Yeah.
you don't tuck them in, you don't. So it was
Oh
learning
yeah.
how to work around the kids and build a schedule and build a life that, that worked for all of us. So
Yeah.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
think we all had some of those challenges. So how'd you
Yep.
overcome those challenges?
I locked him in a closet. I left some food out, and
She
and then if
just
they weren't
playing,
good, I
y'all.
kept the baby
She
little
just
sister around.
playing, y'all.
You know what? I will tell you, especially for any parents that watch this, one of the things that I did that I think is really useful to a parent that's building a business is I taught the kids that this was our family business, and I
Yeah.
included them. And even when they were really little, I'd give them, like, like rubber stamps, because I was really into crafting and stuff at the time. So I had all these rubber stamps and stuff. I'd give them pieces of paper, like scraps of paper, and they'd sit on the floor while I was working. They felt like they were working. We'd have family meetings and talk about our next goal. Like, if we do this, we're going to get to go to Disney World, or we're going to get to go to the park, or whatever it may be. If you guys
Yeah.
could, if you guys could behave yourselves for this next hour, I can get this done, and then that will have this. So I kind of just, they were like my little board of directors.
Yes.
So instead of being like, get out, this isn't of you, so that they resented it, I made them part of it.
Mm.
And later on, it's
Yeah.
funny,
I
they came to
love it.
meetings. They used to come to meetings with me. My older daughter did well, they weren't podcasts at the time, but interviews and different things talking about bringing up children in the industry. So they were involved in many different ways over the years.
That
Yes.
is very clever. I like
Yes. And we found the
It's
same
just a
thing
way to
we
get them
did.
to behave.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know how clever. Like, look, I said they never watched Barney, but they watched a lot
Yeah.
of Barney. You know what I'm saying? It's just Barney made them quiet.
right,
Oh my
right.
So it
God.
just made them feel like they were part of what mommy was doing versus separate from mommy was doing.
Yes.
It was good.
Oh.
Yes.
And it's true. That's definitely the key, Diane, because I figured that out real quick. When my 5-year-old wouldn't stay out of the camera, I was like, listen, here's the spiel. So every time she could be walking around the store, she's like, make sure you comment and like below, subscribe to my mom's channel. I'm like, oh
It
my,
worked.
that's
Oh,
good.
I got to tell you this story. One time I was doing a video. Again, this was a long time ago when you used a
Yes.
video camera and then you had to connect it to your computer and transcode it and all this other stuff. And I'm doing a video, and back then we used to get like really dressed up for videos and all this other stuff. And I'm doing this video, and I'm glowing, I'm going and I'm blowing, and it's really good. Like I'm in my, I'm in my spot,
In the
right?
zone.
Right,
And all of a sudden you hear them, no, it's my doll. No, it's my doll. Ah, get off of my doll. So they're beating the crap out of each other. So I decided to not stop the video, and I put in subtitles. Yes, I really work from home. Yes, those are my kids. No children
Yeah.
were hurt in the filming of this video. Yes, I'm a good mom. Everybody went nuts for the video because
Yes.
I was the queen of real. See, back then everybody's trying to be perfect. See, today with TikTok,
Yeah.
everybody's kind of real. But back then, nobody was real because we were still coming off that MLM. Everybody's perfect.
Yes.
Everybody
Yes.
dresses a good
Super
nine
slow
kind of
ride.
thing. And I was real. And to this day, everybody knows if you ask me a question, I'll just say it like it is.
That's right. Don't ask if you don't want to know. Don't ask
I'm
Diane.
gonna say it. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, and I'm
Nope.
just going to say it. So that was one of the fun things with the kids is, they'd be swinging from the chandeliers or killing each other. When they were older, not when they were little. I did not leave my children unsupervised. But if they're
Yes.
like 12 and 14, they don't need me watching them all day.
No, not at all. And it always sounds worse than what it is in the background. You're here so calm and professional. You're like, oh my God, give it to me. I'm like, oh my
It's
God.
always easy to
And
judge
I'm always
someone
trying to
else.
make the faces like,
Yeah,
like,
it's so easy to judge someone
see me,
too.
right?
You
I'm
go out to a restaurant.
live.
You go out to a restaurant and somebody's kid's misbehaving, and you're like, "Oh, those parents are bad." No, they're not. They're just parents, and kids are kids, and it is what
Yeah.
it is. And I was probably the first mother online to say, "Listen, like." People would always worry if their kids made a peep on a call or this and that. I'm like, no, they're your kids. It's okay.
Right.
I don't
Yes.
want to hear your kids in the background. You're a mother. That's
Yeah.
good.
And
That's a
it's
part of it.
Point.
That's why lives are so awesome, because it's real.
it's
Yeah.
real and
Real
raw.
is real. You know, I
Yeah.
could be in here doing a live and Willie comes in here and gets something else.
Every time.
You
And if
know,
we're lucky, he'll be like semi-dressed, and he'll just
Yes.
walk.
Exactly. You have to say all the time, like, shh. Soon as the door opens, I'm like,
you know, you don't mind little things, but you don't want a major distraction.
No,
But
yeah.
you know, it's live,
and
you
it's
know,
Oh
home.
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So
for sure.
Oh
someone
yeah.
is gonna walk by. You know, the
Really?
doorbell may
Come on out,
ring.
really? I haven't seen him in so
Every
long.
time. One
Yeah,
time I had to
yeah.
tell my mom to be quiet. So y'all know. I was like, Mom,
I don't know if I go there
Mom.
because my mother would go, "Who you telling to be quiet?"
Yes,
I
that's what I was
know,
like.
and then that's it.
You know, I was like, Mom, like I'm at her house telling her to be quiet.
I know.
I'm like, I'm not gonna do
Like,
that.
please
You
don't
know,
be
like,
loud
all
with me
right,
on this Zoom.
we'll just let this play out. You know, yeah. But Willie's out, but I will definitely give
Okay,
you
send him
regard.
my love, please. Send him my love.
Yes,
Yes. Uh-oh.
yeah.
Let me hit
I,
this.
I love that. I love this.
Button.
It's so true.
I'm like, for some
And it's
reason,
real.
everything was popping up. Sorry about that.
All
So
right.
Diane, this is the question that everybody is really interested in knowing. So
Mhm.
I'm telling you, and I know you're gonna have a superb answer because all your answers are
Now the
always
pressure's
on
on. I'm
point.
scared, and there's pressure.
And no, and the fact that you don't sugarcoat it, we need your answer.
Okay, what is it?
So let's say if you lost everything today, right, except your cell phone and your laptop, and of course you have your voice,
Mm-hmm.
and you have 30 days to make money, what would you do?
Why do I need 30 days? I could do it today.
There it is.
Ooh.
Did you hear what you say? Okay, go ahead. Oh my goodness, there it is. What'd you say, Diane? She could do it today.
Right.
I'm
Okay.
like, what do I need 30 days for?
Let's go,
I got a
Diane.
phone,
Oh,
I got a
wow.
phone and a laptop in my mouth. Come on, and Facebook Messenger and stuff.
Oh
Well,
yeah, you got all that.
First thing you got to do is you got to find something to sell that the marketplace wants. See,
Yeah.
one of the problems that people have in this industry is they pick a product and try to convince people to buy it. I go find out what people want and I find a product to sell them.
Mm-hmm.
Like Dari,
Dang.
you're from New York, right? If it's a rainy day, what do all the store owners roll out? A rack of umbrellas. If it's a sunny day, what do they roll out? Sunglasses,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
I mean, it's just simple common sense, right? If it's chilly out, there's hats and gloves. They roll those right out on the street. So you're walking by and you go, oh, it's cold. Look, hats, gloves, and scarves. Ooh,
Yes.
right? So in business, if you need to make money, you need to go find something that people want to buy today. Like I could go make some Elon Musk t-shirts today. I'm not into this, guys. I'm not into the political. I'm not into all this.
Know, I'm into that.
But that's what people are talking about today.
Yeah.
So if I went over to one of the print on demand companies and I had a shirt design made up and I advertised it today, I can make money today because people, if I come up with a cool shirt. So there's always something to sell. There's always something to sell. That's why I want people to get really in their head. There's always something to sell because what are people doing? People are always buying.
Always.
So the only question is, what are they buying today? I promise you right now, if I go down to Target, Home Depot, whatever one of those stores is, in Florida might be a little different because it's warmer down there right now. What are they selling right now in those stores? Yeah, they're selling patio sets, garden stuff, water hoses. You don't know what they're selling because that's what people are buying. Now, let me ask you a question. If you went out tomorrow because you wanted a Christmas tree, are they going to have those down at the Home Depot? Maybe in the back somewhere. if you begged them to pull it out, but it's not out. It's because that's not what people are buying now.
Right.
My answer is simple. All I got to do is look around and go, what can I sell today? And go find something that I don't have to invest any money to sell. Potentially become an affiliate. If people don't know, affiliate marketing is just simple. You have an agreement with a company that you're selling their product and you make a portion of the profit.
Yeah.
Can vary. It can go anywhere from 4% to 90%. You know, it just varies. But I'm just going to go find something to sell that people want today. So that's what I would do.
I love how you said that, the season aisle. That's my favorite aisle. I'm like, I know when I go in the store,
the
if I go down the season aisle.
Jelly beans are over, right? The jelly beans were 2 weeks ago.
That's done.
Everything's Mother's Day.
Yep, that's on clearance now.
I mean, if it's left around and it's left over, you can get a deal on it, but that's not what's in demand. Mother's Day, it's Mother's Day, right? So maybe I do Mother's Day mugs or Mother's Day something or whatever. There's all different options and choices. So if I had zero money, I'd just message people, or I'd write on my Facebook, or I'd write on my Instagram, or make TikToks and show off something, or I'd do a little dance showing the thing, whatever. But I would use social media, and I would locate a product that would be in demand right now.
Whoa!
In front of people. That's it.
I hope you guys heard that.
That because we didn't hear that one. We have, no one has
never heard that.
Really?
Nobody ever said I can make money to
ask this question.
Nobody
on numerous occasions, and no one said that.
Because
that's why we knew you were gonna bring it.
Yep.
And you know what? You have faith in me, and that's why I like you so much. Because I was getting nervous. I was like, "Oh, what are they going to ask me?"
Oh no, we already knew. We already knew. We were like, "You're not gonna sugarcoat it. So you're gonna have the best answer, and one that you know what I mean. Everybody's like, oh, okay, that's the real answer. I can make money.
Everybody else should be creating a campaign and making a plan and making a list and checking it twice and finding out who's naughty and nice. And that's why I go crazy. Because when I'm working with students and clients and people, and they're doing all this stuff, and I'm like, yeah, but did you make any money today? You know, they'll go months making no money. See, get me on a roll, and I'm not going to take over the show and go nuts. But I don't understand it. If you opened a store, you can't go months without making any money.
No.
And we get into this space, and we're like, well, I'm just being patient, and I'm building it up, and let me build it up. What do you have to sell? Let's sell it today.
Yes.
And it all comes down to personal development and fear. When I started, and having grown up in New York, maybe that was part of it, but I just thought I opened a store. I didn't think I was doing this big thing. I just thought I opened a store and I was getting the word out about what I had in my store. You know, I was in a big network marketing company with a lot of products. And I just got some catalogs and I handed them out, and I talked to people I knew and I let them know what I had. And some people bought because I had some good stuff, but I didn't sit and contemplate all this stuff. I just thought I opened a store. What does the store do? They put up signs in the window. They tell you what they have, what's on sale today. Ham, you know, is I don't know how much it is a pound these days or whatever, or American cheese. It was like a deli or something. They just let you know what they have, what's good today.
Wow.
And so I don't understand why somebody wouldn't be letting people know what's good today.
Right.
What's good today? What's the sale today?
Well, you said, like you said it's the mindset. You know, it's that committee talking to them, saying,
what is people gonna say? What are they gonna think?
Yeah,
I was just naive. I was just naive. I didn't think I was building an empire and getting rich. I thought it was a little housewife trying to make $500. I just thought I was trying to make $500 so I could pay off my debt and be with my kids.
Yes.
So I didn't think I was getting a Maserati or, you know, going anywhere or getting a mansion or that was never part of my. I didn't buy into that. Right. I bought into be home with my kids. If I went back to work, this is how much I made. This is how much daycare costs. This is how much commuting costs. This is what it costs to put on a suit. Yada yada yada. So I really only need to make this much.
Yes.
Can I do that? That's all I thought about. I didn't think about anything else.
Absolutely. And that's what you think about when you have children, especially when you want to stay home with them. When you get to that point where you're like, listen, I want to spend more time with them. I'm tired of coming home and they're asleep. I don't know if the homework was done. I don't know if they ate. You know what I mean? Like everybody's asleep. By the time they go to school, you know, like after a while, you're like, I want to
I used to commute, and yeah, by the time you got back and you even gave them a bath, it was time for bed, and I
Yeah.
was
You had no time.
exhausted. I
Give
Yes.
me a
was
kiss, go to
exhausted.
sleep.
Yeah,
Yes.
There's no
yeah,
time,
Absolutely.
and you miss so many precious moments.
yeah.
So, you
Yes.
And
know,
that's not to, by the way,
Correct.
just to be clear, if somebody loves what they do for a job and they have a good
Oh, well,
arrangement,
yeah.
go for it. I'm like, both my
Yeah.
sisters worked, I didn't. Everybody has to do what's right for them and what's right for their family.
That's right.
Um, and there's all different types of arrangements. Some people have like a grandma handy or an auntie or
Right.
right.
somebody, and it's family. It's
Yeah.
whatever works for you. But for me, I felt that calling.
Mm.
And
Yes.
I was chastised by my own family because I was the first generation to go to college. And they were like, we spent all this money and sent you to college so you'd have choices. And I'm like, I know. And I
Yes.
made my choice.
That's right.
So it
Right.
was hard for them to understand. And I was the oldest. So I was the one
Oh,
that was like, I was like, the great hope, the oldest. And then I was
yes.
like, yeah, I think I'll stay home. Just like,
They were like,
what
no,
are you doing?
Diane.
Right. So what do they say now?
Um, they still don't understand what I do.
Of course not. And that's the thing.
Mhm.
Most successful network marketers all say the same thing. They don't understand it. They just know I make money now. Like
Well, it took a long
they don't know
time.
what I do.
It took a long time. You know when it was? It was my dad got on Facebook and he saw all the pictures of me in front of audiences and stuff. And he said one night
Ah,
at dinner, it was several years ago, it might have been my birthday or something. And he said, raise a glass. He goes, Diane, I still don't know what you do, but I know you do it well because obviously you wouldn't have that many people listening.
ah,
Good for you. But
yes,
I stopped trying to explain it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I just basically said I'm a teacher because that's really what I am.
which
I'm
is
a
true.
teacher of
You
sales.
remember when you told me that years ago? Daria, just be a teacher.
Just be a
It's
teacher.
true.
And it's true. And I
That's
keep
what
that
I am.
and I keep that. I hear your voice in my head.
Because you
All
are
the
a
time.
teacher. We are teachers, and teachers do very well in this industry. You don't have
Yeah,
to be this big. I'm really quite the introvert. I mean, I know Daria for a long time. You guys are so fun and funny that I'm very comfortable and everything. But if I were in a room with a bunch of people I don't know, I wouldn't be, so boisterous. But everybody just needs to know what's their sweet spot, who they are, what their strength is, and you're a teacher. So being a
yeah,
teacher is
And I enjoy
very good
it.
in this space.
that's true. And
Yeah.
she's good at teaching. So
Yes.
that's so true. Well,
Yes.
Diane, can you do our audience a favor and just share with us just one practice that they can do to increase their personal power? Just one thing. One practice.
Mm. I'm trying to pick which one I like because I
I
have so many.
know, right?
Well, I know you have a few.
We already know. Give us
I
the top
do.
three. Give us the top
Well,
three.
see,
We already know
I'll
you
give
got
you
things.
some. I'm going to rattle through a couple, but I know everybody says them. But first one is gratitude. It's so important because we can shift. We could, like, for example, I was joking and I said I'm in a motel right now, right? And I was like, this is a small town where I am. They don't have the Ritz-Carlton here.
Right.
So
Right.
Yeah.
I could sit here and go, oh, it doesn't have 500 count thread sheets, thread count sheets or what. I said
Yeah.
that, but this is the night I've stayed here many times. The nicest people, the warmest people. So am I going to sit here and be critical about, there's not a mirrored, lit mirror, magnifying mirror in here, or, whatever there would be in a fancy hotel? Or am I going to
Right.
know that when I walk in here, somebody's greeting me and it feels really good? It's gratitude and understanding where you are and what's good about where you are.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that most of us didn't grow up with. So that's a big shift,
Right.
but that's one that a lot of people will say.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I just think what I said before, the practice of the more people you meet, your powers in your network. I mean, I was sick last year. I was in the hospital with COVID in the
Mm-hmm.
ICU. I was really sick.
Yeah, I remember.
And
Yeah.
and it was weird because like one day I was like, okay, fine. I didn't have any of the symptoms, and then all of a sudden I just couldn't breathe. It was like kooky weird, right?
Right.
That's when you know. See, when stuff like that happens, that's when you know, because the number of letters and cards and outpouring of gifts and the flowers, that people in the hospital thought I was a celebrity or something. And
Wow.
it was the network of people, the
Right.
network
Right.
of knowing that you could put a shout out. I'll tell you one other story about your network and why this is so important, guys. My daughter, my younger daughter, went to Australia She'll kill me for saying this, but she probably won't see this. She chased a boy to Australia, right? She was in love. She went to Australia. And everybody went, you can't let her go. I'm like, she's an adult. She should go. She wants to go. She's, I'm not paying for it. She's doing it independently. She can go. So then she was going to university in Australia. And then one day she called me up and she was crying and she said, we just broke up, and she was staying with him. And she's like, I'm homeless. Da 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 da. Make a long story short, I said, okay. I called Hong Kong. Hong Kong called Cambodia. Cambodia called Dallas. Dallas called Brisbane. And I had someone there to pick her up in a half an hour.
Wow.
My child was on the other side of the world, and I had somebody to pick her up in that city, in that town, in a half an hour.
Wow.
Yes.
That is
That's
the
amazing.
power of the network.
That
And
is
we're also busy worrying about who can I recruit
Wow.
today. Well, when my baby was in trouble, I was really happy that I had met so many people over so many years.
and that's what this industry brings.
Yes.
That's
I
what
mean,
this
you just came back from Spain, visiting people that we both know, getting to go experience, and they're not from Spain originally; they live in Spain
no.
now. Getting to meet people from all over the world and having these experiences and knowing. I jokingly said to my parents, I don't have that many people locally, but I have somebody in pretty much every city anywhere in the world. I mean,
Yes.
Paris, I know people in Paris. London, I know people in London. I have a place to stay. Yeah, I have a place to stay in Florida now. It's hot there, though.
Yeah.
So the network, the gifts of building the network are so much bigger than building a downline.
Yeah. Yeah.
So much bigger.
I mean, just by you saying this, it just gives you a whole new meaning of networking.
Mhm.
Yes.
And and I just hope that everyone really thought about what Diane said, that really get out there and just start networking. Like she said, 10 people meeting 10 new people a day. And this is nothing new. She's been doing this for years.
Years.
I know she's been doing
Oh
this.
yeah.
This
Yeah.
is not the first time I heard it.
No,
Yeah.
and
So
what's
long
cool
ago.
is you always end up doing. See, if you hang around the flagpole long enough, people come and go. It's a transient industry. Not
That's
being
right.
So then what happens is you're left with the people that know each other. And then they
Yeah.
tend to all gravitate towards different opportunities. Like, oh, so-and-so's involved. Well, I'll take a look at that.
Yeah.
You're not
Every
looking
time.
at a new company. You're looking because of who's involved.
That
Yeah.
is true.
Everybody gets to know each
Yeah.
other and connect, and transitions happen, but those relationships stand the test of time.
Mhm.
And
Absolutely.
that's what's powerful. So there's people I've worked with, people that I want to work with, people that I used to work with, people that I will work with,
Yeah.
people that are just friends. And I give them a hug when I see them at an event, which I'm hoping now we're going to start to have events again and we can
I
all see
know.
again.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
That's,
seeing everybody.
yeah. I mean, I was in Naples the other day meeting my friend, and it was, we went to see Ray and Jess Higdon, and I saw a bunch of their people that I haven't seen in ages, and it was just so good to give a hug to everybody.
No, I know. I
Yeah.
haven't seen them in a while myself.
Yeah. And then the people who didn't know me, they're like, who is she? Because everybody was like,
Right.
oh, and they're running over. And it's not because of me, it's because we all know each other for a long
Right,
time.
right, for a long time.
Yeah.
True.
Throwback conversations. Well, I see there's a question here.
Yes.
Shelly has a question. She said, "Is there an app you would recommend for network marketing, and a website and a book and relationships and networking you recommend?"
Well, I don't know if you guys know Tom Chenault, but he and his son, he's a network marketing legend. He and his son Adrian have an app called Content Mapping, which is designed to help you build your database of. In fact, you should have Adrian come on sometime, just to
Okay.
talk about this concept. Tom's been teaching for years, that relationship building. So that's an
Absolutely.
option. Um, a book on relationships and network marketing. The Greatest Networker in the World by John Milton Fogg. It's
Yeah,
kind of an
that's a good
old
one.
school book. People don't talk about it as much anymore, but I would highly recommend you consider reading that book because it's the real essence behind a good networker. A good
Mhm.
networker is a networker at heart. So, The Greatest Networker in the World by John Milton Fogg. You might even be able to find it as a free download if you Google that.
Mhm. Yeah,
Mhm.
I've seen that book. Yes, I've
Yeah,
seen that book.
I've
Yeah.
read it, and I
There we go,
John
guys.
interviewed me, over the years. Like he was somebody who I knew of when I was first starting out, and then we got to know each other, and then he had me on his show. So it's really neat when you've been around long enough and you start to actually know the people that you admired when you were the kid in the industry, and then you find out that you're the old lady in the industry, and people are looking at you. It's just wild. So full circle.
Oh,
Absolutely.
You're welcome, Shelley.
yes, yes. All right. So it's up there. So for you guys to get it, to get the book, and you also see the author. So
Mhm.
yeah, are there any other questions? Because Shelly, she just
Bring
put it
them
out there
on,
for what we
guys.
can
Bring
ask.
them on.
Shelley asked me when I'm going to be in Bermuda.
Yeah, right? That's
I
the
was
question,
literally
Shelly.
just looking at cruises to Bermuda this afternoon. Literally just
Wow,
looking.
Here
Yeah,
we go.
literally.
wow.
Literally.
And I like cruising to Bermuda.
It's
Yeah.
easy. You
That was nice. It was a
just
nice
go
book.
down to New York, jump on the boat,
She's
and
like, when?
I don't know when you're
Shelly's like,
available.
when? Shelly is ready.
Yeah, she's ready.
I have some friends in Bermuda, so I've really been all over the island and seen like
Yeah.
where the cricket field are, the cricket court or whatever you call it, and everything. I've been around there a lot, but I like not just being in the tourist spots. That makes me
Right,
happy.
right, of course.
Yeah.
All right, Shelly, we'll take you
Well,
up on that. Now,
we
don't
sure
play.
will.
Look,
Because
you
we
know, me
like
and
going
Daria be
places
like,
where we know people.
that
Well, she
calendar.
doesn't have to put us. If we go on the ship, we just come down. You meet us. We go out and have fun. We have
Yeah.
lunch. You drop us back off, and we're good to
Yes.
go. So
That
it's
would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be great.
fun.
Yeah.
And then they do have cruises exclusively just to
Bermuda.
Bermuda because
Yeah,
we've done that.
you stay there for 3 days
Right,
usually.
we did that,
Yeah.
and that's
Oh,
Yeah,
awesome.
I've done it. I've done it. It's very nice. I
Mhm.
like the sunset cruises. That's my favorite part. The
Ooh. Oh,
sunset
yeah.
in Bermuda is so
It's
gorgeous.
beautiful. It's
Mhm.
beautiful.
And then they feed you rum, and it's just
Yeah.
delightful.
Well, all right. Look, well,
Yeah.
all right.
And the nice big celebration on Hamilton,
There
right?
you go. Oh
Boom.
yeah, that Wednesday night or whatever it is. Yeah, it's very
Hmm.
cool.
It's
Very
really
There it
nice. I was
is.
like,
There
wow,
it
what's
is.
this?
Like, it is time.
We're
Mhm.
Bermuda
Oh,
experts.
my God, guys.
Well, I
If
mean,
you
come
have
on,
any
Gary, you've
questions,
traveled all over the world. You've been so many different places. You're very, very well traveled.
yes.
I like that.
Yes, yes, we
Oh,
love to
yeah.
travel. We love to travel. We're gonna be hitting some. We're gonna go to Dubai this year too.
Really, I'm
Yeah,
dying to go.
yeah, we're gonna go
So
in
cool.
August, so I'm looking forward to that.
So cool.
Boom.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's going to be a well traveled year this year. It's
Well,
I'll
been a lot
say.
of
everybody's
traveling.
dying to get back out there. So
Oh, yeah. Guys, if you have any questions for Diane, now is the time to bring them. We'll give you guys a couple more minutes to see if any questions pop up. But while we're waiting, I hope you guys have enjoyed this interview because Diane is phenomenal. We got to have you back for a training, Diane.
Oh yes.
Don't say no. Thank you.
Dari and I have been trying to schedule
Look,
this. Dari and I have been trying to schedule this for a little while, and then this happened,
I
and that happened, and then
know.
finally we had a good time. And then I was going to be out of town. And I'm like, I'm not canceling. I'm not canceling.
Ah,
I'm not
okay.
canceling. So
Yeah, because I saw that and I said, well, you know what? Let me just see. Let me see if she's
no,
still
no,
available.
no. It was on my
Yes.
list, and I already told everybody I got to do this. I was going to do it over there, but then the kids were around, and it was just like, I'm like,
Oh,
let me come back over here. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, can't do the kids. Can't do it
I
with the
know.
kids. You're like,
I
no.
know. Well, we are
Yes,
so glad
Renee, I
you
agree.
came. Yes, it was awesome, right?
Yes.
Yep, short and sweet, just the way we like it.
Absolutely. Wonderful,
Yes,
Valerie. I'm glad that
yes.
you guys
They
enjoyed it.
they are enjoying. They have enjoyed you,
Yes.
Diane.
well,
Thank
good.
you for coming every week, guys. Some of these guys come every week. If
Good.
you guys are watching this at a later time, be sure you put your questions down below. We'll let Diane get them and we will make sure that she responds to you because you
Absolutely.
guys have been so phenomenal and it has been a wonderful interview.
It
Diane, you
was.
rock,
It
honey.
was. Yes,
You rock, honey.
yes,
You
yes.
guys rock. You're so
Yeah,
fun.
Rock.
we
You
love it.
All right, guys. So this is officially the end of our interview. We will see you next week with a phenomenal training.
Next Tuesday.
Yes. Live at 5. So have an amazing evening and we'll see you
Oh, we
next.
got a question.
Wait,
Oh,
I'm
oh,
sorry.
oh,
I'm sorry.
wait.
We got a question.
oh, okay. What's the best advice for a newbie who's looking to get started? What niche would you
Hi.
advise?
Um, are you looking to be in network marketing or in affiliate marketing? It has a lot to do with you. It's like kind of a a broad question. Um, so it's hard for me to answer that. I mean, I could give you a static answer, but it may not be accurate. So if you give us a little bit more information real quick, I can answer that. And then I see Tia has a question too.
Yes, Tia has a
Here you
question
go.
as well.
Tia's question.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't focus on my downline, but focus on developing relationships with others. Okay, let me be clear. It wasn't that I didn't focus on my downline. Okay, what's the line that I taught my group? I have this great line, and of course, I'm like, it's, I don't need to sell any particular product to any particular person,
Yeah.
but I'm always selling all the time. I said it a
Mm,
better way another day. Okay. So,
right.
like, if I meet someone, of course, I'm looking to see if they might be appropriate for what I'm up to. I might prospect them if they're appropriate, or I might introduce them to what I'm doing, or I might not, because I don't need to sell any particular product to any particular person at any particular time. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm always, 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 always looking for the right people. Does
Yes.
that make sense? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm casting my net large, like I'm a fisherwoman, I'm casting my net large. I'm going to catch some fish in that net, or some little crabs, or some little, I don't know, I might get a boot or a bucket or a old license plate in that net, right? I'm going to catch things that aren't what I want to catch at this particular time. It doesn't mean it's not a good catch. It just means it's not the catch for my program.
Yes.
So I'm always focused on business and what I want to sell or what I want to build, but I don't think that everybody's a prospect. Some people are, I'm just meant to meet. Some people know someone for me. But here's another great line. You guys can write it down if you want. It's not everybody I meet is a prospect for what I do, but everybody I meet knows a prospect for what I do.
That is true.
So I'm looking to meet as many people as I can and have as many people know what I do, so that I can cast my net super large. If I try to get everybody, or think everybody is my prospect, then I tend to move people away from me. I want to bring people towards me.
Yes.
So hopefully, Tia, that gives you some idea. It's not that I'm not focused on building what I'm building. It's just that I don't think that everybody is the person, and I still want to meet them. Like, if I met you today, you're probably in a program or doing something. It's not
Mhm.
appropriate right now for me to do business with you. But maybe in a year or two from now, it would be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Of
Mm-hmm.
course, I want to meet you. Of course, I
Yep.
want to meet you. I want to know you. I want to support you in any way I can. I'm very open to helping anybody in the industry, but I'm also looking for people for right now too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hopefully
Yeah.
that.
Sorry, guys. I wasn't trying to yell. I don't know, my caps button just on. I
Mm-hmm.
just turned it
No,
on.
I was like,
I'm like,
okay, how do you really feel about it? Like, okay.
yeah, fishing. Facebook user, we don't know who you are. Go ahead and
Right.
give StreamYard permission to show your name, or tell us what your name is.
Right. I like
I
what
don't,
he said. He said
yeah,
that
he said Cedric says it too.
Yeah,
calls it fishing. Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah. And so you
Oh,
think,
good.
I
T
mean,
is
I'm
clear.
assuming you're talking about Cedric Harris. I don't know if you are, but
Probably so. Probably so.
Probably.
okay. So guy like said, he's been around for forever. Everybody
Forever.
knows him. He's met a million people. He's done business with everybody at some point. Like, I haven't done business with him, but I've shared the stage with him numerous times. We all know each other. And
Right.
that's the idea, and you're looking for who's ready now, but you're also meeting people that another day might be the right day.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
That is
Because you're
true.
going to have people in the future that are going to remember you and say, "Oh my God, she helped
Mhm.
me.
Yeah.
She didn't even try to
Yeah.
pull me in her business. I don't know what she does, but I asked her a question and she just helped me."
That's the
Mhm.
funny story of where I am right now, though, because I'm visiting a friend who met me. I was speaking on a stage. She was brand new in the industry. She met me. She came over. I helped her. We became friends. I helped her all along. She was very hot and heavy in her program. I didn't try to take her anywhere else or convince her of anything else. She's now one of the highest paid women in the industry. She's been on every stage under the sun. I just helped her then. And I'm down here working on a project with her now because I helped her then. It wouldn't have been
Yeah.
appropriate to try to get her into what I was doing. She was
Yeah.
happily doing something.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people don't
Absolutely.
realize they think they need a whole lot of people.
And you don't.
You don't really need a lot of people to do well in this thing.
And
Yeah.
like Diane said, you definitely don't need everybody because you
Exactly.
don't even want to work with everybody. You've had a job before where you were forced to go to work with people every day.
That you
You
didn't
don't
like.
have this problem. You get to choose who you want to work
That's the
with.
beauty. You get to choose who you want to work with. You don't
Yes.
want to work with
Yeah.
everybody.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
And if you're a person that likes to help, this is definitely a business for you. Because, like Diane says, it's basically you being a teacher, you helping somebody,
Yeah.
teaching them just something every single day. You
Yeah.
know more than the average person if you've been around, even for just 6 months online.
By
You know
far.
more than the person just getting started.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And that's what you have to do.
Yes.
Your support.
I love this interview. This has been
Yes.
phenomenal. I
Yeah.
hope you guys are loving this. If you have any more questions, you guys know what to do. But this has been great. And we're going to see you guys, of course,
Next week,
next Tuesday.
same time. All right, guys. So have an amazing evening, and we will see you next week.